And in order to master detachment, you have to let go of the emotions that you feel when they make those decisions.
Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope you all are doing okay. Today we are talking about something I know a lot of us are secretly struggling with, and that is detachment. You know that feeling when you are trying to let go of someone but somehow your mind keeps replaying every little moment, or you are trying to act like you're unbothered but you are still checking their Instagram. If you are someone who loves so deeply, overthinks, or struggle to let go, this video is definitely for you. Detachment is one of those things that sounds easy in theory. Like people just tell you, let go, protect your peace, focus on yourself. But what they don't tell you is how hard it actually feels when your heart is still holding on. So I have gathered real advice from people who have genuinely learned how to detach in a powerful, freeing way, of course. In this video, you hear proven advice, what worked for them, what mindset shifts they made, and how detachment has changed their lives. Then I'll come back to drop my thoughts. Alright, let's get into it.
Detaching yourself when it comes to men. I recently just cut off a guy because he did not answer me for 2 days, and I'm not a person that like trips about not texting me in 10 minutes. Like, you ignore me for 2 days, I literally blocked him and I cut him off. I used to have the hardest time when it came to cutting men off. Like, I would be so attached to them and I could not cut them off. I would wait for them to either hate me and leave me or just leave me, and I just could not keep doing that. So I put men into 2 different categories, and it really helped me. So it's either men I want to marry, and then men that I just want to have fun with. Men I want to marry have all the characteristics that I've written in my journal and in my notes, and they're like genuine good men that I like. And then the men I want to just have fun with are men that are cute, that have good morals, good characteristics, but I know that they don't have anything enough for me to want to marry them. So I leave those men to be men I do not trip about, that I will leave alone like that. Another thing that really helped me was stopping being so understanding. I used to be overly understanding. Like, I used to be like, oh, I totally get why you would hang out with her. Yeah, no, like, I get it. Like, I'm chill, I'm cool. No, stop that mess. Stop doing that. If he's doing something that makes you uncomfortable, verbalize it. Let him know that you're uncomfortable. Communicate that with him. And if he does not listen to it, cut him off. And when I mean cut him off, leave him in the dust. I don't care if he goes to your school. I don't care if you guys see each other at work. Cut him off, block him, don't speak to him, because we are done going past our own boundaries. And yes, it might make your dating pool a little bit smaller, but at least you're not going to be surrounded by any type of men that are crossing your boundaries. I want to keep this video short, so I'm ending it here. I'm doing a whole series on confidence and confidence tips when it comes to men, friendships, anything. So let me know if you want more boy stuff or you want more life stuff.
All of your pain stems from attachment. And I can speak about this from past experience. Every single pain, every heartbreak that you've ever experienced came from expectation and attachment. My relationship now is the first relationship that I've been in. I've only been in 2, but I've had a plethora of situationships that have absolutely broken me, that have absolutely teared me to shreds and made me the person that I am now. But I say all that to say that the relationship that I'm in now is one of detachment. I'm not attached to my relationship, nor am I attached to the outcome. It doesn't mean that I don't love him any less. It doesn't mean that I don't value our relationship. It doesn't mean that I don't have expectations and certain standards of how I think or how I know this relationship should operate. No, it means that if something were to happen that is out of my control, it would not break me. If something happened that led to us needing to break up, there was signs of disloyalty, or there were signs of anything that goes outside of the parameters of a healthy relationship that would cause us to have to split up, it would not break me. Our relationship does not consume me. I'm not obsessed with what he's doing all throughout the day, because at the end of the day, I understand now, being my 23-year-old self, I understand that he's a human. He's going to do whatever the hell he wants to do, regardless of how I may feel about it, because at the end of the day, he's a human. But because we're in a relationship, I do expect him to move accordingly because he's in a relationship. But I cannot have an attachment to that expectation of it, because when you have an attachment to an expectation of how someone may be, it's nothing but a figment of your imagination. When you learn to detach from outcomes and detach from circumstances and detach from people, and when you understand that you cannot control anyone but yourself, life kind of just flows in your favor. You don't find yourself in pain as much, because when you attach to things, you cause yourself pain because of the expectation that you hold, because of the attachment that you hold from having these expectations of people that you cannot control. You will limit so much pain in your life by detaching and just letting life flow how it will flow. Simple.
So I know I said this was an easy task, and it is, because you can literally start doing it right now. However, it does take a lot of mental strength, emotional maturity, and discipline. So the best way to detach from an ex or a friendship is to go completely no contact or radio silence. No contact means just that. That means going absolutely no contact. Delete their number, delete the messages, delete them off of social media, block them. I know we are in a day and age where we're saying, no, let people see us win, yada, yada, yada. That only pertains to certain different kind of cases. But when it comes to like an ex or anything, you don't need to be seeing anything that's going on in their life. Protect your peace, protect your mental space. Also, let your friends know that they don't need to be sending you any alerts or anything that's going on in their lives. I know some people mean well and they want to let you know what's going on, especially if it's something that may or may not hurt you. But at the same time, what's going on in your ex's life is really none of your business. In this time of no contact, of not constantly watching what your ex or anybody is doing, you are building yourself back up. You are building your self-esteem. You're building your self-confidence. You are putting you on a pedestal now. Because when you're in love with somebody, you tend to put them on a pedestal. You think they can walk on water and the whole nine. But now it's time to really love you more. Start putting that love that you was putting into them into you now. And in this time of no contact, we're not playing games. We're not playing get back. We're not doing any of that. We're not trying to get them to contact us or like, oh, if we go a certain amount of days and not talking to them, then they're going to contact us. Law of attraction, yada, yada, yada. Yeah, that might come with it. However, in the meantime, you are keeping yourself busy by putting more into your life and elevating. That is the main goal, is to elevate. You can elevate through finding new hobbies, putting more into your career goals, putting more into your children if you have any, putting more effort into your looks and appearance, and reading more books, journaling. There's so many things that you can do to occupy your time than to worry about somebody who does not value you as a person. And let me tell you something, by the time that person ends up contacting you, or if you're in a space to break the no contact and really have a mature conversation, you're not going to really feel the same anymore. But if you do, then maybe they might respect you a little bit more because they see that you're not anybody to play with, because you will leave and go live your life. Either way, it's a win-win because you poured into you now. Whether you get back with the person or you don't, you still came out with something good.
My biggest glow up is the fact that I genuinely can't remember the last time I cried over a boy, or like was even remotely stressed about a guy. And I wasn't always like this, so I was thinking, how did I even get to this point? Because I used to worry, am I the only girl that he likes, or why is he taking so long to text, and blah 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 blah. But I got out of the trenches and I'm gonna help you out too. The key is to take them off a pedestal and decenter them from your life. Like, relationships for me nowadays is, yeah, okay, I'm your girlfriend, but that's not my identity. That's not who I am as a person. I have so much going on in my life, and there are so many interesting things to know about me that me being your girlfriend is like the last piece of information I'll offer up to anybody. You're not the only thing I talk about, and my life doesn't revolve around you. Like, I'll still take myself on dates even if I'm in a relationship. I'll still buy myself things and experience life alone. And when I'm dating, I'm like, I don't care if you take ages to text. And if all of a sudden now you're interested in somebody else, that's cool. Because I'm so detached. I'm prepared at any given point for the relationship or dating situationship, whatever, to crumble. And the reason I'm prepared for that is because I'm okay if it happens. Ultimately, I'm going to be fine either way because I love the life that I built for myself. I love my career. I love what I get to do on a daily basis. So if now all of a sudden you're out of the picture, that's fine, because I have a bunch of other stuff that I love that I can go back to. So now if a man acts up, I'm not like, oh my God, why is he not treating me right? Or please pick me, or do this, or do better, let me change you. I'll just walk away. Because my peace takes priority. My peace is on the pedestal, not the boy. And that is why my dating life has zero stress.
You want to know where somebody really stands? Stop interfering. Stop trying to control where they should stand when it comes to you. People do what they want to do, and their actions reveal their preferences. The hard part is realizing that sometimes you are not somebody's preference. And I think it's real tempting to believe like, oh, if I can just influence them to change, then I must be doing something right. But my belief is that people change when they see maximum benefit for themselves. And if somebody grows and you are a part of their life at that time, you may be a part of that benefit, but forcing it to turn out that way doesn't work and isn't sustainable. When you decide to stop persuading and to stop being overly accommodating and to simply observe, is when you are able to see things the way that they really are, and it's when you step out of illusion and into reality. I get that it's painful sometimes to realize that you aren't somebody's priority, especially if you hoped that you would be, but stop micromanaging their behaviors, stop trying to orchestrate the outcomes, and let people's choices speak for themselves, and trust that you are hearing clearly. So freeing someone to do what they want to do so you can see what they'd rather do isn't about passive aggressive behavior. It's not about being bitter. It's just about clarity. When somebody does what they want to do, you are free to see things for the way that they are. That also empowers you to make a decision that actually makes sense based on what you're being shown and not what you would like to be shown.
With mastering the art of detachment, you have to accept that not everything or everyone is for you. In this video, I'm specifically talking about people because that seems to be the main thing that people are attached to, other people. You have to understand that you do not have control over everyone or everything. You can't control what other people choose to do. You can't control their decisions. You literally have zero control over another person or their actions. Detachment teaches you to have no emotion behind what people do to you. People are going to choose to do whatever they want to do, whether it hurts you or not. And in order to master detachment, you have to let go of the emotions that you feel when they make those decisions. So stop giving your energy to people and situations you know you have no control over. Learn how to just enjoy the experience of someone rather than controlling them and the things that they do. The main reason we feel hurt from people and situations is because of the attachment that we have to them. You have to detach. A person is only ours to experience, not control. And at the end of it all, we only ever have ourselves anyway. We can't rely on people to do the things that we expect them to do. Even if we think it's the right thing to do, they're still going to do what they want to do. When you start loving yourself more and more and mastering detachment, you're not going to need anything from anybody. And don't get me wrong, detachment does not mean I don't love you, I don't care about you, I don't want you around me. Detachment means that you aren't going to be fucked up if they do something wrong to you. If they do wrong you in any way, you're not messed up. At the end of the day, you've detached. So your emotions aren't all over the place. Because like I said, you always have you, and that's major. So even when situations don't go like we think that they should, you always have yourself. Most people don't even know what to do with themselves when the person that they're attached to wrongs them. They don't know what to do. But at the end of the day, detachment teaches you that you still got you. So remember, accept the fact that you don't have control over others. You don't own a person. Don't put expectations on people because when they don't live up to your expectations, you're the one that's left hurt. Remember that you'll always be straight because you'll always have yourself no matter who comes or goes. Peace and love, y'all.
Ladies, I don't know about you, but some of those words really hit home. Now, let me tell you something I've really never talked about before. Because if I'm going to sit here and talk about detachment, I want to keep it all the way real with you guys. So one time, there was this person I genuinely thought was going to be in my life for a very long time. You know, when you meet someone and everything just clicks at first. Conversations flows, you're always laughing. They just, that feeling, they just get you. But somewhere along the line, I started noticing I was the only one carrying the connection. I was always the one checking in, making plans, showing up, while he was just giving me the bare minimum. And I was still there, holding on, hoping it would change. And what made it harder to let go was that I ain't a bad person. So I don't know if you've ever been in such situationship. You feel he's not that bad, he's a good man, he's a great guy, but there's still something not right about him. And that's the part nobody talks about. Sometimes detachment isn't about walking away from someone toxic. It is walking away from someone you love, but you know deep down he isn't loving you the way you deserve. What helped me the most was asking myself this only question. If they never change, could I be truly in this situation long term? And then I had to reflect. The point where I answered that question honestly, yes, it hurt, but it also set me free. Because the truth is, loving someone harder will make them love you better. Detachment doesn't mean you stopped caring, it just means that you're finally choosing to care about yourself more. And I know someone watching this right now is probably thinking, what if they realize my worth after I leave? Let me tell you something that will save you months of overthinking. If they couldn't see your worth while you were giving them your best, they will only miss you for what you did for them, not for who you really are. Now, if you are still watching this far, that means this message was for you. I promise you, the moment you release what isn't serving you, the peace you feel on the other side will make you wonder why you have held on for so long. If this video is helping you right now, please give it a thumbs up so more people going through this can find it. And if you know someone struggling to let go, send this to them. Sometimes all we just need is someone who will just give us that little reminder that we are not alone. Alright guys, that's it. Let's have real conversations in the comments. What's the hardest part of detachment for you? Is it the memories? Is it the fear of starting over? Or is it that little hope that they will come back? Why are you still stuck in that relationship? I'll be down in the comments replying to every one of you so we all can heal together. Remember, you're not weak for letting go. You are strong for choosing yourself. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If this is your first time watching, my name is Vicadi. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on post notifications so that you will not miss out any of my videos. Thank you for tuning in, guys. I'll see you again in my next one.